Okay, so this first meditation that we're going to do today, it's a form of Tibetan Buddhist practice called Tonglen. And I specifically wanted to bring this practice in. It's sort of my version of what I do. It's probably not the traditional Tonglen that's often taught with breathing in people's suffering and breathing out something else. This is a little different. And I'm going to also include some just sitting and feeling the breath to begin with the Tonglen. So little intro about Tonglen before we start. The really big issue with suffering and all the suffering that's going on in the world and our personal lives is it can create division rather than connection. We can feel more alone and isolated when we're suffering. So Tonglen is a brilliant practice that actually builds connection with pain. It builds connection in the midst of suffering. So that's pretty phenomenal when you think about it, because pain and suffering often divide us. So it's a powerful practice that I wanted to make sure that we did today and that we each had in our toolbox. The reason why, if you don't do a practice with pain and suffering, it divides us is because we go into, neuroscientists know we go into what's called a trauma survival brain state. When we're in pain, when we have a body clench of pain or a heart clench of pain with others or the world. And we do one of three things, sometimes all. We do a freeze response, which is often a collapse, isolate, get overwhelmed, shut down. We do a fight response, which is to get irritable, angry, resentful. Or we do a flee response, which is, anxious, scattered, dissociated, and often part of the flee response is using drugs or alcohol or substances to escape. So that's our norm when we're in survival trauma brain. So Tonglen is an antidote to help with that tendency. And Tonglen is an adaptive response to do something different. Again, the ultimate lesson of Tonglen is creating connection in the midst of pain. And years ago, I read in the Harvard Review, the Dalai Lama's physician, Tenzin Choedrak. He was tortured by the Chinese every day for 17 years. And they were studying him because he had no PTSD response.
It's not letting you do it.
Oh, somebody's sound's on. He had no traumatic response, and they wanted to know why he had no PTSD. And it turned out that every day he was tortured and in pain and suffering, he did a prayer. And of course, he was Tibetan and he knew about Tonglen. And his prayer was, as he was suffering, he said, may some benefit be gained, may some human greatness be accomplished through this personal suffering of mine. May some human greatness be accomplished. So, that's really the idea today, that we're going to be really holding that with the pain as a connective tissue. And I really want to make note, I know most of you in this Sangha and people here today, and there's, just in our group today and people listening, there's those of us suffering from physical injuries. I just had, surgery. There's people suffering with severe depression and anxiety. There's people recovering from COVID, several. There's people with cancer, struggling with cancer, active cancer issues, several people. There's people whose heart is broken about the earth. There's people with Parkinson's disease. So just this myriad of pain and suffering that we're all working with. There's people, that have loved ones in war zones. So just feeling that whole of all the ways we're each holding suffering. So Tonglen has two parts before we go into the practice right now. It's feeling your pain as the shared pain. So it's not just the I, me, and mine, but it's that sense of connecting to the shared pain, like I did pointing out in the Sangha. There's many of us with shared pains. And then the second part is to dedicate the learning from the pain to the sense of growth for all of us, kind of sharing the learning together. So those are the components of Tonglen. So when you're ready, you can keep your eyes open with this meditation, but I find it's easier to close my eyes. Helps me connect into the body. So really get in a sitting posture where you can be comfortable. It's important in Tonglen, like in loving kindness meditation, to be comfortable. As comfortable as you can, given we're working with the pain body, right? So always starting with being aware of the body, sitting. Sitting is like this. And noticing that you're being breathed. And bring awareness to whatever pain you might be in, physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever pain your body, mind might be working with today. Holding it gently, lovingly. And there might be many things you're struggling with, so just focusing on one, most predominant one. Maybe your heart really hurts about the conditions in the world right now, or your body hurts. Just focusing on one prominent thing that's you're struggling with. And bringing to mind the many people struggling with this very same thing. How many are there? 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 people? Just feeling how many people right now are struggling with this exact same thing, pretty much exact same as you. And really allowing that connection with all these other people right now with this same issue. Your fellow travelers with this issue. Opening your heart to them. We're struggling together in this. Notice how it feels in your body when your pain becomes a shared pain versus alone and isolated. It's something all these people across the globe are struggling with you in real time, even if not in the same space. Notice how it feels for your heart when you reflect on these others struggling with the same issue as you. feeling our shared humanity, this fabric of struggling together. And the compassion and the care that we can have for the others struggling with us. And just taking another minute as you breathe in to just breathe in that connection. All the many beings that share the pain that you're struggling with. And the heart that's there for them as well. And then the second part of Tonglen is to share the benefit of the struggle, whatever you learn from this pain, whether it's pain of depression or physical body pain, whatever it is, whatever I learned from this, may it benefit from all the people suffering from the same pain. So really opening up the wisdom component and the heart component of your struggle as a dedication. May what I learn benefit all of you. That's really the point of practice, isn't it? That what we learn benefits all beings. It's not just pointless struggle, going round and round in suffering. May the learning help each one of us grow in wisdom and heart. So dedicating your struggle May it help this whole group of people struggling with you, the same thing. Really doing that right now, dedicating your effort, your learning, your struggle to everyone on the path with you. And the fun thing about Tonglen is you can ask the learning to go both ways. So, hey, whatever all these other people are struggling with the same issue, if you learn anything, if you discover more heart or wisdom, please share it with me. Let's have a collective sharing of how our suffering changes us in good ways. So you can ask for that sharing to be like a door that goes both ways. Your fellow travelers can share with you and you with them. It's all connected. So even if you don't know them, it does work. And see what it feels like to ask for and to receive the wisdom and the merit or the benefit of other people's learning. See if you can open yourself up to that. Everything is informing everything else together. You don't have to be figuring out your pain in a vacuum all by yourself. The wisdom of others is available to you. Just feel that for a minute. It can be a collective informing of the heart. May some, may some human greatness come about through our struggle with this pain today. And going into the pain and really opening it out as this connective tool, this learning tool, this liberation tool together right here now. We're not alone. We're not stuck. Everything is moving and growing. Staying, staying open to the mystery of what human greatness might come about in this struggle with your pain. And remember, even in this practice, there's no right way to do it, to feel the connection or not. Just it's showing up and making that attempt to connect our pain with others, making that attempt to learn and grow and to share our learning and to receive the learning. So just that sitting down and connecting and opening your heart, that's plenty, that's enough. Taking the last few minutes just to connect with the heart, the possibility of human greatness coming from difficulties and suffering. And just that simplicity of us all being part of the same fabric of human life.